everyone, welcome to Sweet Tomato Vine Homestead. I'm Linda. Today I'm inside the house for a moment because I want to talk about my seedlings for just a moment. Someone asked in the comments, how do you get aphids or spider mites on your seedlings or any other pest on your seedlings when your seedlings are inside? Well, I take my seedlings outside sometimes. I take them out to try to acclimate them to the temperatures outside. I take them outside to deeply water them, and I also take them outside to fertilize them. And so those plants can get aphids or spider mites or anything that's out there on other plants that they come in contact with easily. It doesn't take but just a couple of aphids, really don't take but one, because the female can lay eggs without even having a male to help her reproduce. And so that is why aphids are easily spread from one plant to the other. They are easily reproduced. And so it's going to be pretty hard to not get them. The thing is to know what to do once you get them. So I thank all of you for the comments that you have given me, for the tips that you have given me. If someone shared with me, add peroxide and water to a spray bottle and spray them off, and that would help to prevent them. So that is preventative, is a very good measure to have. You know, you keep from getting them, then you don't have to worry about trying to get rid of them. So we'll be doing that. But also today I'm going to put some peroxide with the water on a cotton ball. I'm just going to moisten that cotton ball, and I'm going to wipe some of the aphids off, because yes, aphids have gotten back on them. And I took them outside, sprayed them with some soapy water, and brought them back in. And you know, I don't want to put BT on these tender plants, but I will, because I really want to get rid of all of them. Want to get rid of them in my soil. But for right now, I'm just going to wipe some of these plants off. I'm going to turn it around to show you. But that was another question. That was another question that I had. They weren't having any luck starting plants from seeds. And so there can be a whole lot of different things or different reasons that could be causing you not to be able to have success with getting your seedlings to start from seeds. And one thing can be, let's back up to the soil, where the beginning. Personally, I have more success when I start my seeds in a potting mix. I have tried seedling mix, and those seedling mix are pretty sterile. Heard people that even sterilize their soil. And those I didn't have as good a germination rate with those as I do with getting a potting mix. Also, I noticed in my last potting mix that I used, it was a different one. It was one that was on sale, and I went ahead and I got it. But this particular one had way more wood and sticks in it than some of the one that I usually use. But I did swear away from my usual one and bought something very cheap. Well, it wasn't very cheap. It was cheaper than what I'm used to using. So I noticed that there are more sticks in this one. So sticks can make a difference in germination. So far, it has not been a real problem for me, but it could be a problem if you have a soil that has a lot of sticks, because then your seeds are going to have a hard time pushing past all those sticks. So you're just going to have to hope that you have some very viable seeds and that they'll be able to push past those sticks. So that is another thing to take in consideration. And the third thing that you want to take in consideration is the depth that you plant your seeds. If you plant those seeds too deep, and it's one of those tiny seeds like a mustard seed or a turnip green seed or any of these other brassica seeds, because those brassica seeds are very, very tiny. And then once that seed is planted, you cover it up with some more soil, and then you water it in, top watering. It's really best to water them from the bottom, especially if you planted that seed below your soil. I water mine from the top sometimes, because most of the time, if it's a brassica seed, I just sprinkle that brassica seed on top and then put some vermiculite on top. So it's very thin layer of topping on that seed. That seed is basically on top of the soil. So that is another thing that you want to take in consideration. And then another thing that you want to take into consideration is once you bring, well, first of all, where you put that seed. It's very important that you know, and I always don't know because someone told me about some of my seed needed to be germinated in the dark. And then when I tried that, I can't remember which one of my seeds it was at the time, but when I tried that, I was able to get that seed has germinated because I covered it and had it in the dark instead of having it in the light. And so that's important. So it's a lot of different things that can play roles in your seeds germinating or not germinating. After you get that seed, wherever you're going to put it, you do not want that seed to dry out. If you let that seed get completely dry, it's more like a done deal. It's more than likely going to not be a successful germination. You want to keep that seed moist. Don't have to be wet. You don't want to overdo it because if you do, then the seed's going to become waterlogged, and then you still won't get anything because you're going to have a dead seed, rotten seed in there. And that continues throughout the growing of these seedlings. You got to be sure to make sure you keep it moist, not too wet, and don't let it dry out. And so it's a lot of things that play a role in making sure that you get good germination. So I just wanted to try to help the person who made that comment so that if you can see any of these factors that you may think that may have played a role, because I want, everyone to be successful. I don't even want to give up thinking that you cannot get these seeds to become seedlings and get them planted into your garden and grow food for you and your family. Okay, so the next thing that I want to show you all is the fact that I do have some more of the little aphids on it. I'm going to show you how I'm going to remove them with this cotton ball and just some hydrogen peroxide. Okay, so this is the hydrogen peroxide that I have. I got a cup that I have some water in, and I'm just going to put some hydrogen peroxide into this cup. And then I have a cotton ball. That's what I'm choosing to use. I'm sure you could use a rag or something else. I just felt like this was something small that I can easily dispose of. And then I'm going to show you the little aphids. Okay, so here are some of my seedlings. These are some broccoli romanesta and some, I got some beets back here. And for the most part, most of these plants look pretty good. They got some nice size leaves on them. But if I look back here, I can see that there's one back here that has some little aphids on it. I don't know if you all can see them because they're tiny. Aphids are tiny, tiny little white pests. And so I'm just going to take it to, and that cotton ball, it just wipes them off very easily. And right here, this leaf here looks really good, except it has some kind of little pest on it. I don't know, they might be spider mice or something. It's hard for me to hold this and do it, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to take this, I'm just going to wipe those little bugs. See that little bug right there? I'm just going to wipe those off with my, and you see they're on there. They're on the cotton. See if I can get that cotton. See, they're on the cotton ball. Just wipe them off of my plants. Because, y'all, we're going to eat this food, y'all. I'm not fixing to let no little tiny bug deter me from enjoying my food. I'm going to make sure that I try to get as many of them off as I can while they're out here like this. And then they're going to go out in the garden, so you know things going to get on them, but I'm going to cover them. I do have my floating row covers that I will be using on them to try to keep them from those little butterflies that are going to be laying eggs out there on them. So we're going to come in contact with pests. But this food, we do know where it came from. We do know what is on it. And we know that it is safe for us to eat. Okay, so I just wipe those right off the back of that plant. I can see them underneath this light. And then I see another one. So I'm going to take a little cotton ball. I could dispose of this one, but I'm going to wipe one more time with it because I see some on this plant right here. I'm gonna just wipe them off. And they come off real easy. They are not resistant at all. And so I'm going to, today, this is what I'm going to do for them today. But I'm going to fertilize them today. But I will be taking them outside in a day or so to acclimate them some more. And while they're outside, I will give them another wash down. But I just wanted to show you all today, because this is, taking them outside and spraying them today is not on my agenda. It's not included in what the things I have to do today. Really, this does not take precedent over some of the other things that I have to do today, because I do need to up-pot some more plants. I am trying to get my seedlings that need to get up-potted. I'm trying to get them up-potted. I do want to show you all my lettuce and how it has grown. So the lettuce is getting big. Now this one looks like it has some aphids on it. Yeah, this lettuce has some aphids on it. And so we'll be taking it outside and we'll be washing it. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that peroxide in the water. I'm going to spray them with that. And we're going to try to prevent these aphids from returning to the plants. But I do want to show you all the plants that had the transplant shock and let you see that they are looking very good. They have snapped back, and I am going to give them some more fish emulsion, since it has been some days since I gave them the fish emulsion. I, have a diluted amount that I am going to give them. And I want you all to see also that I do put those lights close to those plants when they are first on the station, on the growth station. I want to also show you all that the onions are growing very good. I am going to be giving them their first fish emulsion today. And then I have some more of the seedlings down here that are looking really good. Don't see a whole lot of the aphids on them. See just a little bit. But I kind of expect that when I'm growing seedlings. It always has happened. I always end up getting a few. So I just go ahead and try to take care of them. And this is the Swiss chard right here. Let's see if I can back away from that just a bit so you can see the Swiss chard. I would like to get those up high today. I don't think that I will be able to, because I have so many other plants that I want to up pot that really need to be up potted more than these Swiss chard do, because as you can see, they're not tangled up or anything. They're all, kind of laying off to themselves. They're just chilling by themselves. But then I have some other plants like this celery. I really need to start up potting some of this celery. Because it's going to get all tangled and be a mess and going to be hard to get apart without tearing the roots up. And I want to just go ahead and try to get some of that up potted. And I keep my plants under the clear top humidity dome until it gets some germination. And so these plants have just a little germination going, so they can come off. The dome can come off, and then we're going to go ahead and put these plants underneath the light. And these are some lacinato kale. This is lacinato kale. So lacinato kale is coming from under the humidity dome and going on the growth station underneath the light. Okay, so I have some of my fertilizer in this little pitcher right here, in this watering can. This is my fish emulsion. So the way I'll be doing it is I will be watering from the bottom. So I'm just going to try to push this up. And let's see if I can raise it up. Raising it up, and then let this go underneath. I pushed it back some, so now you can see that I have this right here, and then I'll just pour this water underneath. And that's how I will be watering. I'll be watering these onions from the bottom and fertilizing them from the bottom. Okay, y'all, next it's time for a moringa update. So you all can see we have 5 moringa trees that are growing. The other ones do not have any germination yet, but I'm sure they'll pop up in the next few days. So these are about to get planted out into the garden because, as you know, those roots cannot, they grow down, and so those roots will not last long in these cups. They'll start getting wrapped up. So we're going to go ahead in a few days. We're going to be planting these moringas out into the garden. Okay, so this is the acorn squash that I planted. This is this plant right here. I just watered it and gave it some fish emulsion. And this is the watermelon, I think. Let me look, let me make sure. Yes, this is the watermelon right here. And the cucumber was right here, and I don't see the cucumber anymore. So the cucumber must have died. Because it's been hot, and this bed is not probably getting enough, but it's not getting enough water to this area right here where I got it where it can run up this trellis. So that may not have been the best spot, but I do want it to run on the trellis. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put some more of the White Wonder cucumber seeds in here. And I'm just not going to give up until, you know, it's frost or something. Then I have to give up. But I'm going to keep on planting. But y'all, the tomato plants in this bed are looking very good. Have some flowers on them. I got different types of tomatoes in this bed. These are the tomatoes that Marvin planted in this bed. And so we have been getting a good harvest off of them. And there are still, you can see there are still ripe tomatoes that are back in there. And I'll harvest those later. I'm not going to harvest them right now because I got some other things to take care of, like I want to go and let those chickens out. So let's go and let the chickens out. Good morning, Shane. Good morning, ladies. How are y'all? Y'all doing good? Y'all ready to get out? Let's go. Tell the worms to look out, worms. Here we come. Come on out. Y'all want to come out? Okay, well, I'm coming in. You going back in because you want your breakfast, don't you? Let's go back in for breakfast then. Let's go for breakfast. Everybody ready for breakfast? Yeah, y'all ready for breakfast. So what's taking you so long? What's taking you so long for breakfast? Want your own ball cane? There you go. The lady's giving you a hard time. Hilda said she got to come over there and see what your food tastes like. You got to see what Kane got over there. That's not everybody. Where are the chickens at? chickens are missing, so Blanche still on the nest. Blanche, you still on the nest in here? Yep, Blanche is on the nest. I did make it out here to put the diatomaceous earth in the chicken coop, so the chickens have a lot of diatomaceous earth in their nesting boxes. And then I sprinkled some on the ground. I got it all over my boots. But that's okay. That'll keep the bugs off my shoes. We got 2 eggs, but it's still early, so I'll come back and check to see if there are more eggs later. But we did take all the eggs out of the other nesting box because the chicken that was in that one, the red, Rhode Island red, she was not sitting on the nest like she was still broody. So we took the eggs that were in her nest and we candled them. And if they looked like they had chicks in them, we put them underneath Blanche. And so there shouldn't be any eggs over here, but if there are, I can go ahead and harvest these because these will be some fresh laid eggs. But someone, I think this is the same chicken who is just over here, but now she's just trying to be broody and just trying to sit on some eggs. So she got 1 egg. I'm gonna go ahead and take it because this egg is a fresh egg. So if she gonna decide that she gonna be broody again, she's gonna have to go over there and help Blanche out on those eggs. Because the eggs that are getting laid over here, I'm going to be harvesting them. Okay, so they got plenty of fresh water, plenty of food, and so I'm going to go back out into the garden. There is so much that I want to do, but y'all, it is still very hot out here. Right now, it is in the high 80s, and so all these things that I want to get done are going to have to get done very, very early in the morning or very, very late in the evening. It's still been hot early in the morning and late in the evening, so we just keep an eye on things, and I'll do a little bit as I can. All these things that I really want to get done, and it's bothering me that I can't get them done, but I'm not going to stress about it too much because I know some of them are not going to get done because it's too hot. So I am going to show you, I want to show you all that I do have 1 blood orange growing on my blood orange tree. And this blood orange has been on this tree for a while, but I don't think that I have ever showed it to you all. So we have 1 blood orange growing, so I am excited about that. But one thing I do want to get done today is I want to retrieve this 1 little bed back from the weeds. And so I am going to get this one taken care of. And I got my weed eater. I went out there and I put some string in the weed eater, something that is really hard for me to do. And when I got it in there, I was so happy. I had to do a dance. Because that's something I usually don't know how to do, is to string my weed eater. So I was happy about that. So now I'm going to retrieve this bed. I'm taking it back from the weeds. Weeds think this bed belongs to them, but it does not. The weeds have always taken over these 2 beds for some reason. It's more beds that they always very prone, but I think that it may have begun with the soil that I put in here at one time when I was putting compost compost that I had made up into the garden. And so sometimes the compost can have a lot of grass seeds in it. And so I think that may have been what happened. That's not gonna stop me from using my compost, but I just gotta be able to stay on top of my weeds that's in the bed. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna knock these weeds out and take you all with me. That looks so much better. So now, what I'm going to do, because I'm not ready to plant this bed yet, and there are still those binding weeds that get that tough root that goes on forever and ever. It just really is a tough root, and you really don't know what to do about those. And what I mostly end up doing is trying to plant on top of them, because the root is still in here of this whatever type of grass this is. It looks like this. Can y'all see that? Whatever type of grass this is, it has those roots that does that. And you would really have your work cut out for you if you were planning on getting all that out. It would really be easier to dig this whole bed out and flip it over or something than start over. But I'm not going to flip this bed. What I am going to do is I'm going to cover this bed with some, first I'm going to put down some boxes, since I do have boxes. I'm going to put the boxes down, and then I'm going to put some black landscape fabric. I might put landscape fabric, black landscape fabric, and some black plastic on top of this bed and just keep it covered until I get ready to use it. And then I'll add some more soil, because see, I'm not going to need a lot of depth in this bed, because what I'm going to be planting in here are some of the brassicas, and most of the brassicas don't go very deep into the soil. So I'll be able to, once I kill off this top layer of weeds with my boxes, then I'm going to put cardboard boxes and then the plastic and the landscape fabric to take care of, those weeds on the top. Then I'll be able to plant my brassicas in there. And I don't have to worry about them during the winter months, because we don't have a lot of weeds to deal with during the winter months. So I'm happy about that. During the fall and winter, the frost comes, it kills that grass and those weeds back for, a moment, for, temporary. So let's go ahead and get those boxes, put them on there, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I went and got my boxes. And I'm just gonna cover this bed up with these boxes. I guess I could tear that one up and have less, but I don't know. Uh-oh. Seems like stuff is trying to get you. I laid this down for 1 second, and I got the battery on here. And where I laid it at, now I did not see any water shooting from my sprinkler, but all of a sudden there was water shooting right onto my battery. So that's not good. It didn't get very wet, but I see it blew one of the tops off. That's what happened on the irrigation. It blew one of the tops. So I'll just put that back on when I finish this. Because if you keep the sun off of these weeds, then they will die back. So that's what we're doing. We're preventing this bed from getting all that sunshine. And I'm going to take it even further by putting that black plastic on top. Y'all, this stuff grows so fast out here. That acorn squash was so happy to get that fish emulsion. Look how much it grew. Now, y'all know I just showed it to y'all. It was laid all over. Fish emulsion just does something for these plants. I wish that cucumber was still up, but I am going to go in and get some seeds and bring back out here. So I'm glad I came back over here so I could think about that. Stick my hand in here and get this tomato. First, I'm gonna put my gloves on. Yeah, I was looking for my file because I wanted to file one of my. Just gotta hold it. Been eating on that. Look good other than that little one spot. I'm gonna check that one spot out closer to see if I can save this tomato. It could just be nothing. Y'all see that? That spot right there could just be nothing. So I'm gonna check it out before I throw away this otherwise beautiful tomato. Which it won't go to waste because I told you all I can put it into the kitchen composter or I can give it to the chickens. So either way, nothing goes to waste on the homestead. And I am so happy about that. But as I was saying, I was looking for my file because I was going to file that weed grabber. That's what I'm calling it. It's probably not called a weed grabber, but that's what I'm calling it. Because that's what it's supposed to do, grab weeds. But y'all, that's the dullest thing I ever tried to use. And so I know, you know, sometimes when you buy these tools, you have to file them yourself. You don't just buy the tool and think that, okay, it's already ready. Especially like holes and things like that. So that little thing was so dull. So as I told you all, you know, we had taken all that stuff out of the laundry room, which was not the best place to have a lot of tools, but that's where I had some of the ones that I would just grab up, you know, quickly, and that's where I had my file at. So now I got to try to put out a search warrant for my file so that I can file my tools. But I see a big cucumber over here I need to go and get. Eggplant. Grab up a few of these tomatoes to make a salad. I'm not going to try to stand here and pull off every one of these right now because there are a lot of these little cherry tomatoes. And I hear something in here. Oh, those are bees. So I don't want to have to encounter those. So I think I will leave for right now. They're over there on that mint. They're having a good time on the mint. The mint has purple flowers on it. And they are having a good time. Y'all see those bees all in there on that mint with the purple flowers. Which means that it has gone to seed. Jalapeno peppers that have turned red. Okay, y'all, I see that there are grasshoppers over here. Somebody did mention that it could have been grasshoppers or locusts that was over here eating on my eggplant. And that's who I see right now, are grasshoppers. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest these eggplant because I have been really enjoying eggplant. And someone was asking me about different recipes for eggplant, and I don't know if I told you all. I think I put it in the comment. But eggplants can be grilled. I like to grill them and season them and then put them in olive oil and store them in the refrigerator. And you can put them on a sandwich. You can cut them up in salads. And they are delicious like that. I also make an eggplant curry, where I add a lot of different spices, including curry powder and turmeric, and saute them with different vegetables like mushrooms and onions and garlic. And you end up putting balsamic vinegar in there and a little maple syrup to add a little sweetness. And then you can serve it over rice, and very delicious like that. Have you a side dish of roasted sweet potatoes that also tossed in balsamic vinegar and maple syrup. Very, very delicious. So those are some different ways that you can use your eggplant. You know that you can fry them. They're very delicious fried. If you can get them to crisp up really good. I don't like a soggy fried eggplant. I want mine very, very crisp. So there are different recipes, and as I know, eggplant parmesan, a lot of people don't like that, but a lot of people do. So you might want to try that. But someone just asked if I had some recipes for the eggplant. Hopefully those are some helpful tips that you can use when you start harvesting your eggplant. Got some more eggplant right here to harvest. A lot over here. So it looks like we're having eggplant for dinner, and whatever I do not use for dinner, I will put them into my freezer, because I freeze eggplant. But it's best if you bring your snips out to get them, because they're not easy to get off the plant. Your pruners will help to get them off. That one's not that big. I'm going to go ahead and get it, because I don't want to leave it out here and then some little pest get it. Because I got more coming on, so I like to get them if I can, you all, because it really kind of upsets me when I come out and something's been eating on my plant, on my fruit. And I know it's going to happen, but I like to avoid it as much as I possibly can. See, that's a beautiful, perfect eggplant. Nothing has bitten off of it. Let me get to the other side. I got another variety over here on the other side. Go ahead and get this one. Another variety over here hiding out. I'll show it to you all. I see two more small ones in there. They're very small, so I'm going to leave those two. I'm going to get this one. And there's another very tiny one. I'm going to leave it also. Uh-oh, knocked my verbena over and broke it. I don't want to have stuff planted too close together. Okay, so this is a different variety. And then these are some of the long, skinny ones. Okay, I see some cucumbers over here I can harvest, because the cucumber I tried to get over on the other side of the garden was too big and hard. So this one's perfect. Well, it wasn't hard, it was yellow. It was too big and it was yellow, so I threw it to the chickens. This one's perfect. Perfect size. This one's little, but I'm gonna go ahead and take it. Since I got my eye on it, I'm gonna get it because come back out tomorrow, it'll be too big. Cause that's how fast they grow. Y'all be sure, go ahead and leave those eggplants in because look, all these eggplants that are getting ready to form on this plant, and there are a lot more. So this thing is gonna be loaded. This plant is gonna be loaded with eggplant. So don't prematurely take those eggplant out. Let them stay in so that you can get some more fruit, because once it cools down a little bit, they're gonna really, really do good. And so are those peppers and tomatoes. And those cucumber plants. Some of those cucumber plants are gonna do really good once it cools down, because all those like heat, but they don't like it extremely hot the way it has been in some places. So once it cools down a little, we're gonna be able to get a lot more fruit if we leave our plants out. We got some baby cucumbers over here. I'm gonna reach in here and get this one. Cause see, it's already starting to get yellow on top, so I need to go ahead and get that one, because otherwise it's gonna be bitter. So I still probably will cut that yellow part off, because when it's yellow, it's bitter to me. So I'll eat the rest in a salad. So this is our harvest for today. We have some cucumbers, some eggplant, tomatoes, peppers, and okra. Came back out so I can put my tools up, and then I'm going to go inside and relax for a while. So I hope that you all have enjoyed the video today, and that you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload a new video. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.